crossed my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hello Leo, welcome to your September 2018 reading with me, Pisces Priestess. The moon is currently 24 degrees Leo. I almost started to do your guys' reading earlier. I just had a feeling to do the reading for Leo this month while the moon is transitioning Leo. Right now there is a dark moon. The moon is always dark before the new moon. You had your new moon last month, and now Virgo is having a new moon. And Virgo is the sign right after you guys, meaning this is your second house. So everything has kind of transitioned through Leo. You guys have went through your first house of energy, and now you're moving to your second house. And yeah, I was just really led to record your guys' video. So we're recording pretty late at night, around 2 a.m., while the moon's influences is in Leo. I thought that was very significant. So we'll see the reading and what comes out for you guys. I do have a card here that I picked before the reading, before I started recording. This is an angel influence for you this month. And we do have the card of acceptance, Leo. So I'm going to read from the book for this card, but this is going to be your guidance for this month, your overall looking energy for the month. And we're going to read from the passage first, and then I may channel a few things, and then we'll get your reading going. So for now, let's look at what the book says about acceptance for this deck. It says, as an indigo, you're built to question everything as a part of your mission of making healthful changes to this planet. However, this characteristic may cause you to reject a part of your life that necessarily this characteristic may cause you to reject a part of your life that's necessary in order for you to get to the next step. This card is a message for you to search through your life and determine if there is anything or anyone you are rejecting. Accepting your life completely is the best thing you can do for yourself now. While this may not be easy or even seem right, know that you simply cannot change everything you do not like. And certain things must be tolerated in this life. Let's see. Sorry guys, I lost my place in reading. Certain things must be tolerated in this lifetime. Ask the angels to bring you Ask the angels to bring you strength and comfort to make letting go and accepting easier. So hopefully you guys were able to kind of follow along. Sorry, a little bit of a weird energy right now. But I did hear several things that I feel were very meaningful. So what this is talking about is questioning everything and how that's a part of life. It's a part of your mission. And it was interesting that it said you're built to question everything as part of your mission of making healthful changes to this planet. So the word health is sticking out to me because Virgo is the 6th house of health. So I feel like that's a message here about you making changes for not only yourself and the planet as well. And it's a change for like the more healthy, you know what I mean? And let's see, this may cause you to reject a part of your life that's necessary in order for you to get to the next step. So I feel like acceptance is a part of life, Leo, and so is rejection. Sometimes in order to accept something, we have to reject, another thing. So I feel like rejection and acceptance are kind of going hand in hand for you. You guys might be rejecting certain things this month in order to accept something greater. And this is definitely necessary in order for you to get to the next step. So this card is a message for you to search through your life and determine if there is anything or anyone that you are rejecting, Leo. So just be careful under this accepting energy, because sometimes when we say, fuck it all, we're just going to accept everything. Well, with that can come rejection. Just make sure you're rejecting the right thing. So you're being asked by the angels this month to kind of reflect on the things that you've rejected in September. Accepting your life completely is the best thing that you can do for yourself right now. While this may be uneasy or even seem right, while this may not be easy or even, it might not seem right to you, Leo, it might not be easy, but you can't change everything that you don't like, right? That's definitely a message for you, Leo. I know some of you guys are not liking hearing that, but this is what the book says. You cannot change everything you don't like, and certain things must be tolerated in this lifetime. So even though we're accepting things, there are certain things that we have to tolerate. We can't just reject those things because we're in this form of acceptance. Part of acceptance is understanding that we have to tolerate the way that certain things are. So ask the angels to bring you strength. I loved that part because you are strength, Leo. You are the strength card. So you're getting your strength now from the divine, from the heavens. You're asking the angels to bring you this strength and comfort to make letting go and accepting easier. So we've got some rejection going on. We've got some acceptance. We've got letting go and tolerating, and some powerful words coming up here that all have to do with acceptance. So with this card, I always see this beautiful big celestial object behind this woman's head, right? And I never know if it's a full moon or if it's a Mercury. And in your case, both are very important here in September. We did have the beginning of September with Mercury in Leo. We had Mercury just transit Leo. So if this is Mercury behind this woman, perhaps the influence of Mercury, the planet in astrology that represents communication and thoughts, this could definitely be Mercury behind you guys. Now I do see this as kind of a full moon. I'm not sure if you can see the color, but this looks more of the color of Mercury, but definitely full moons bring new beginnings and endings. So this could definitely be the full moon in Aries. Aries is a fellow fire sign. We have a full moon in Aries at the end of this month on the 24th. So this might be influencing you to mentally accept some things as well. Aries energy brings up that whole tolerant energy as well. So I feel like the Mercury and the full moon are kind of mixing with you this month, and kind of what that makes me feel like is the new moon in Virgo. Okay, we have a new moon in Virgo on the September 9th, and it's going to feature Mercury's energy. So it really doesn't matter. We're going to be accepting certain things about completions and new beginnings this month, certain things that are just starting new, certain things that are kind of over with and completed. This full moon in Aries does represent a full cycle, and it is a fire sign, as I mentioned. So as a Leo, you're a fire sign too. So you and Sagittarius are going to be feeling this energy. So we've got acceptance here. And for you, I think that there's going to be major key points of acceptance around that new moon on the 9th, and especially at the end of the month with this Aries full moon. Okay, so some things to accept this month, Leo. We're going to set this card here as an overall looking energy for your reading. So hopefully I'm not making too much crazy sense. I do feel, I record differently at nighttime, a lot of different energies going on. I wanted to show you guys this. The bottom of the deck for the angel message is show appreciation. And we have this tiger here. And I believe Taurus got this energy as well. And I think this card was also featured in the Gemini reading, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys could be dealing with a Gemini or a Taurus, or maybe those signs are just kind of important to this in this message somehow. But either way, we have the show appreciation, and I always see Leo as the cats, the tigers, the lions in astrology. So Leo, this could be about someone showing you appreciation or not showing you appreciation. This could be about you showing appreciation, but either way, we have this lion drinking from this pool of water. So this is about you showing yourself appreciation. I think this is an angelic influence that's kind of helping you and guiding you this month. This could be a certain angelic figure in your life. Surely it could be a mother figure or a grandmother, a girlfriend. I just see a powerful feminine presence, whether this is you or someone else. To me, this is very much like the Strength card. So it's really interesting that we had show appreciation. I feel that this may have some sort of relevance to acceptance this month. You may need to accept something about appreciation. Maybe you're not feeling really appreciated in certain situations. This could be jobs for sure, because this is your second house of resources. So the more you show appreciation to yourself, Leo, the more you're going to be able to step into this accepting energy in September. So we're definitely going to see how that ties in with the reading. I feel like for some of you, you're going to finally accept that there are certain friends and relationships, maybe even family members, that you're just not being appreciated at. Maybe even at jobs that you're not being appreciated at. It's time to really start appreciating your own self, Leo. And by the law of attraction, that will align you in situations that appreciate you more as well. So let's see what's going on for September with regular tarot, so that we can get your reading on the table. See how all this ties in. So this is for Leo, the fixed fire sign, the 5th house of our universe. What's going on for Leo, in September 2018. Leo. Oh, I did see the Six of Cups almost come out there. So that's definitely a nostalgic energy, a soulmate energy. It's even the energy of children. So we've got some cards coming out now. They came out together. We have the King of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So right away, Leo, we have a significant water energy. This could be your own energy this month, or it could definitely be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or another water sign energy around you. But we have this with the Ten of Wands. So what this is telling me is that there's some sort of emotional burden in September that you're carrying around. You could be really turning your attention to the emotional burdens that you've been carrying, whether they belong to you or someone else. Usually the Ten of Wands is burdens of other people, emotional responsibilities that we have upon us. But this is a heavy emotional weight that you guys are carrying. Some of you guys are just really working really hard, and this could be taking a toll. Like this is sometimes this can mean feeling a bit emotionally drained. I do feel an emotionally drained energy with this, because when someone's working this hard, how can they accomplish, you know, kind of taking care of their emotions as well? That could very much be why we have you drinking from this pool of water. That's definitely emotion as well. So, you know, you really want to pay attention to your emotional energy this month, Leo, because there could be certain burdens. This is your first two cards. We're going to take them. They're going to go together. This is a message that goes together. And we will further talk about that as we have the whole reading. But I did want to tell you that there is the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck right now. So there's two 10 energies. This could be something that's a burden that you're finally dropping. This could be a painful ending that has something to do with, you know, betrayal or even being backstabbed. The Ten of Swords is the ending to some sort of painful situation, okay? And I think this has to do with emotional burdens as well. So definitely some completions. There is the Nine of Cups behind that Ten of Swords and the Sun card. So don't worry, Leo. There's definitely certain happiness and wish fulfillment energy that you're stepping into. But I feel like before you can get to that kind of energy, there is certain things that have to fall apart emotionally. We have this Queen of Cups now, which would be the counterpart to the King of Cups. So there's some sort of relationship here. The Queen to your King or the King to your Queen could definitely, there's some burdens between you guys. There's some sort of emotional union. And it seems as if there's someone in the union who's going through some sort of emotional breakdown. There's an emotional foundation that's kind of being altered. This could definitely have you up late at night, having insomnia, having anxious thoughts and mental anxiety, nightmares even. And this could be centered around a decision that you have to make about a certain battle. Okay, this is now I see the Ten of Pentacles with the Moon card. So some of you are dealing with a Pisces energy, or just certain illusions around certain completions in your family life this month, certain burdens emotionally. But now we have that Six of Cups again. So for some of you, there's some sort of secret soulmate relationship going on here. It could definitely be with a Pisces for some of you, or with a Cancer. But you're going to gain some clarity about that at some point in September, because now we have the Four of Wands. So I think some of you guys are just choosing or juggling certain people, places, and things. There could definitely be a decision that you have to make that's weighing pretty hard on you emotionally, but it all has something to do with a painful ending. But I see this as a light at the end of the tunnel, especially because right behind we have the Nine of Cups with the Sun card, which is Leo. So for some of you, this is emotional happiness. It's kind of weird to see this with the Tower and the Nine of Swords, but you know, we look to the cards that surround a message so that we can get the whole thing. So you're becoming clear about something emotionally, and it may happen after some sort of shock or sudden change. Something falls apart, could be in a relationship. But I feel like, you know, the endings and the pain that you're feeling in September are surrounded by light and wish fulfillment. So it's all about, you know, getting through these burdens emotionally. Some of you could definitely be dealing with, I don't want to say that this water sign is a burden to you, but for some reason there's some sort of heavy weight that is surrounded by a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Or if you're not dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're dealing with an individual who is very emotional. Also, when it comes to these burdens, the King of Cups is someone who's very honest about their emotions. So you may need to open up honestly about the burdens, about all the responsibility you're feeling in September, so that, you know, at least you're being honest about your feelings. Once you do that, you're looking at yourself in a more authentic way, Leo, right? Because you're very passionate. And I think because you're a fire sign, these wands can definitely be relating to your energy. You could be carrying around certain passionate burdens, you know. But since there's these tens surrounding this situation, I do feel like maybe this emotional burden has something to do with something that you've been carrying around for so long. It's actually shocking once that burden is lifted. But we'll see what's going on here. Let's get some more cards for Leo for September 2018. The fixed fire sign, the fifth house of our universe. Let's get some messages for Leo. What's going on for Leo in September? Leo, September 2018. And look who it is. We have Leo, the strength card. So yes, this is definitely your energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. So there could be some victories going on here. Maybe you victoriously walk away from something or walk towards something, but you're leaving behind emotional draining, something that you were very emotionally invested in. It could definitely be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. But the Eight of Cups is talking about someone who's on a soul journey, right? This is the full moon's energy, the new moon energy. So the moon is definitely showing up for you guys, whether that is symbolic for secrets, illusions, or just the full and the new moon in September. I feel like the moon cycle, especially because we have this moon here, has a lot to do with the endings and the beginnings emotionally, which the moon is very linked to emotional new beginnings and endings. So this is a victory here. If you're thinking about walking away from something because of a soul mission or a soul journey, or maybe it's just emotionally draining you, we do see emotionally draining. This is emotional investment that someone's walking away from on the full moon. Yeah, and it's to work harder on something for yourself. So you definitely need to have the strength to walk away in order to gain victory towards a certain situation. It's going to be different for all of you. But pretty nice that we had the strength card pop out, and now we have a few other cards here. So I think we just got the rest of your reading, Leo. We have the Two of Cups, which I love to see for Leo, especially because we have that lion. And then we have the Star card, your opposite sign, Aquarius. We have the World card, and we have the Ace of Cups, Leo. Very interesting. So the bottom of the deck for your entire reading is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is definitely talking about taking a stand for yourself. I feel a very powerful energy here with Leo this month. You're in a place of acceptance. You're focusing on what does and does not appreciate you, and you're taking a stand for yourself. And there's a lot here about walking away emotionally, because we have the water here down by the man's feet. He's definitely not grounded in his emotion, which doesn't have to be a good or bad thing. I think sometimes we have to avoid certain emotional trauma in order to do the things that we have to do, right? In order to step up and take action, especially when there's people around who seem competitive or even kind of hostile. So this is you standing up against certain people in September and speaking your truth about what's emotionally draining you. And I think you're doing all this in the name of acceptance, okay? So we've got a pretty powerful reading here for you, Leo. I was definitely drawn to do your reading tonight for a reason. And as I mentioned, the moon is in Leo, so your energy is very moon related right now. I feel that it's very powerful to be reading for you around the moon in Leo. The moon is our emotion, right? So right now I'm kind of picking up on the emotion of Leo, which probably was awakened in you around the new moon in Leo, okay? When we go through new moons, this is pretty dark energy where the moon is not visible in the sky. So last month when you had that new moon in Leo, there could have been certain emotional things that were awakened within you, what I mean by that is you probably just became aware of it, you know? Leo is usually just the more of the passionate sign, but there are definitely some deep emotions that run through Leo and every fire sign. You guys just express them in a more passionate way. Sometimes it comes out in an angry way. Sometimes it comes out in a fiery way, but I always remind the fire signs that they're passionate, not angry. And passion and anger can definitely be considered emotions in the human realm. So we've got your reading here, Leo. This could very well symbolize the last half of the month. This could symbolize the first half of the month, but this is all of September. Any of these energies can happen at any time. So just taking kind of a brief look back at the Ten of Wands and the King of Cups, we know that this could definitely be certain burdens linked to a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could be certain emotional burdens that you're recognizing. I do feel like this is your energy, Leo, because we have your card here on the table. So this is definitely pertaining to you and the strength that you've had to carry these burdens with this person, place, or thing. For those of you who are not resonating with a water sign burden, this is just your own emotional burdens, intuitive burdens, you know, burdens that you're really starting to feel on an emotional level. You know, these could be burdens in your job for sure, since we're going through second house energy. This is all about your second house, the first week of September, the first couple weeks. And then at the end of the month, we step into Libra, which is your third house of communication. So you could be speaking about these things. This is all about you communicating about your own value and your own worth, which is kind of interesting that show appreciation would come up, because value and appreciation kind of go hand in hand. So Leo, you're going through certain energy right now where you're stepping into new value. That might be why Taurus and Leo's reading is kind of you know, similar, because Taurus is the second house, but for you, Virgo is your second house. So you're definitely realizing your own worth and how that is being seen by other people. But either way, we come into September with certain burdens on our minds, certain weight that we're carrying at an emotional level, okay? Whatever this is for you guys, what I'm feeling is just a very heavy weight that is not necessarily physically heavy. It's just something you've been carrying kind of inside, which is not very healthy, right? We talk about health when it comes to Virgo, right? Virgo is all about lifestyle and health and how we can be of service to other people. So this could definitely be why this is kind of taking a toll on you emotionally, Leo. You want to ask yourself what it is that you do for other people, and is it possible that they can kind of hold some of that weight on their own now? You know what I mean? Because Leos are definitely the hero of the zodiac. You guys are very kind, and you're the life of the party. You're kind of stable, and a lot of Leos that I know are just kind of family oriented. So you just want to ask yourself where these emotional burdens are linked. Is it family related? Is it relationship related? Either way, Leo is carrying pretty significant amount of heavy weight emotionally. Another thing that I kind of mentioned is that when it comes to these burdens that you or another person is carrying, you want to handle it like the King of Cups would handle it. The King of Cups leads by emotion. He's not afraid to show what he feels. He's very intellectual. He's smart when it comes, like he has emotional intelligence, okay? So for this King of Cups, I feel like the King of Cups is here because this is about you getting through certain hidden burdens, certain burdens that you're carrying inside at an intuitive level. This could even be spiritual burdens for some of you, but the way that you can kind of help this is by nurturing yourself. You know, the way that you would nurture a loved one if they came to you with problems. The King of Cups is here to say, handle this in a very smart emotional way. You know what I mean? Not in an emotional manipulative way, not in a way where you're denying what you feel or denying, you know, the burdens that are obviously there. The King of Cups is very honest emotionally. You know, he wears this necklace here that has a fish on it. So he definitely wears his emotions on his sleeve, if you know what I mean. And he's got his cup, and to me, he just has a lot of authority over his emotion. And that's the energy that you should best embody in September to kind of help you through these burdens. And it looks like these are burdens that you kind of have to carry with you a bit longer, Leo. But if they're burdens caused by another person, that is most likely going to complete its cycle at the end of the month, okay? So we've definitely got some emotional burdens. It could be linked to, you know, a water sign, or for some of you guys, I think it's just you feeling emotionally burdened. Maybe it's by yourself. But again, it's just about expressing that emotion, because, you know, at least you get some sort of release, and you get to express it somehow. Because if there's anything worse than a burden, it's a burden that you're not able to talk about or express to a loved one or a friend. So there's definitely some emotional energy surrounding a burden, and I think that's going to be different for all of you. I do feel like it's in a home life this month, because we do have this little small home in the corner there. So there could just be some emotional completions or burdens going on. Keep in mind the Ten of Wands is a 10. So this does mean that you're getting very close to the Ace of Wands. You're getting very close to a new beginning, a new spark and passion, a gift from the universe. But first, we have to complete certain things emotionally. And this completion could be the burden for you. There could be just certain emotional things that are coming up in September that they're kind of loose ends. So you kind of have to gather up all the energy that you have passionately to kind of complete this thing that may have to do with a water sign for some of you. Now we have the Strength card, which is you, Leo. So this is about being courageous. This is about being brave and having the strength to endure these emotional burdens, having the strength when it comes to the emotional connections you have with other people. I feel that there's something in every Leo right now that they have to kind of solve. You have to kind of be honest about it this month, Leo. And that takes strength. You know, the fact that we have strength and the 10 of Wands, I mean, some of that strength that you're using to carry all those wands can be given to your emotional space. And another thing that I heard, I recently learned about the Strength card, something pretty interesting. And it was while I was watching Aquarian Insight. If you guys want to listen to some Aquarius readers, then I definitely suggest Aquarian Insight, because she was talking about the Strength card in a video I was watching last night. And she brought it to my attention that in the Strength card, a lot of people focus on this lion, right? They focus on the strength in the pride of a lion, but really the Strength card can definitely be the strength of this woman here. So we see how the Show Appreciation card and the Strength card are kind of similar. In both cards we have this kind of lion and the tiger, and then we have these angelic figures assisting this kind of beastly, it's like a taming energy, right? Like there's something that needs to be tamed in Leo this month. And I feel like the only way it's going to be tamed is by some sort of angelic, gentle figure, because we have these gentle, angelic figures. As I said, this could be your mom or a girlfriend. And for the men watching, it can definitely be a mom or a girlfriend or a sister or a friend. And for the females watching, I just feel like this is a powerful angelic influence, whether this is otherworldly or manifested in our physical realm through some sort of female angelic figure that we have near us. But these cards are very similar to me, and I feel like there's just something that needs to be tamed in Leo this month. Leos secretly enjoy that. People that can kind of tame the inner beast of a Leo. You guys are the lions in astrology, so this is all about, you know, being that king of the jungle, having the strength to endure the completions and the new beginnings happening. And I feel like the reason why the King of Cups is here is because there's just this watery person, this Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or someone who is very emotionally intelligent. It doesn't have to be a water sign. It can be any person in your life that's kind of helping you this month, helping you carry these burdens. There's some sort of emotional figure around you, around some of you that I see, that is helping you tame these burdens, helping you tame even some of your anger. We do have a bit of anger here that you could be kind of experiencing. Emotion is a motherfucker, you know. Anger is definitely one of the emotions we can experience as well. So if you're feeling kind of emotional this month, Leo, that can come out through kind of passionate fire. And this watery person can come and kind of help you express your emotion, because this is something that you're kind of going back and forth on in September. So you may need help in that kind of way. And the way the cards are kind of setting up is now we have the Two of Cups. And if you look closely, we have a lion in this picture here. So your energy is very present right now. We have the Two of Cups. This is a relationship. This is not necessarily a reconciliation. For some of you, this could be a reconciliation. But to me, this is just a strong emotional bond that you're forming with another person. I mean, we can see the Two Cups, and what's in between them is the intertwining of energy. So you guys could definitely be meeting someone new, or maybe this is someone from your past coming back. Someone could be dealing with another Leo. I don't know if you guys are dating Leos, like there's a Leo-Leo relationship. I do see a heavy water sign influence. So this could definitely be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio again that you're developing a relationship with. But like I said, it doesn't have to be that. This is the Two of Cups is an emotional connection between two people, no matter what their sign is. Some of you are dealing with earth signs. Okay, I feel like there's Leos dealing with all different signs. So whoever this person is in your mind as you're listening to this reading, whoever you develop a strong connection with in September, they're here. Like this is embodying some sort of relationship. Whether this is a romantic relationship, it could be a friendship for some of you, but this is a strong bond. Either way, there's something that's intertwining. I'm even seeing the infinity symbol over this angel's head. So this is an infinite kind of divine connection between another person and you, Leo. This is a fair relationship where you have a cup and they have a cup. It's 50-50. They are going to show you appreciation. Some of you may have to leave behind a situation that was emotionally draining so that you had the emotion to give someone new, okay? I always say that we have to kind of free up space for new things to enter our life, okay? So there's some sort of relationship coming here for Leo, and even now I'm seeing this tiny house in the background there. So I don't know if there's someone visiting your home this month, or you know, if you're visiting the home of another person, or if just something is changing in the home life for Leo, but it looks as if it has something to do with a relationship, and this could be where the emotional burden comes in. Some of you guys are needing to remain strong about the emotional burdens that you feel in your relationships in the home life. Now, moving on down here, we definitely have an opposition here, and it's getting kind of intense as I'm reading for you because we have the Star card here. And I'm not going to get it too ahead of myself, but Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs in astrology. And right now, Leo and Aquarius are very important to the universe because Leo is the north node and Aquarius is the south node. And I think in November, the south node is turning into Capricorn and the north node is turning into Cancer. So we only have a few more months, a couple more months of the, you guys have been the north and south node for 19 months. Okay, so it's been a long time coming. Some of these burdens may have to do with being the north and the south node. You may want to do your own research on the north and south node because it's a very intense thing. The nodes of our universe control our karma and our destiny. So you're the north node right now, Leo, and whether you're involved directly with an Aquarius or not, you're always involved with an Aquarius when it comes to the universe because this is your opposite sign. So you guys, Aquarius and Leo kind of shadow each other. They kind of mirror each other. Aquarius is everything Leo isn't, and Leo is everything Aquarius isn't. Together you guys make yin and yang. You make the complete circle, right? So we do have a significant Aquarius coming up here, and this could definitely be that watery person because we see the water bearer here. So there could be an Aquarius coming in that's definitely bearing water to the situation, like, hey, you know, I see you really, really burdened with this, that, and the other. I see you really, really working hard, and you know, they might just be here to kind of, you know, when a Leo falls in love, you guys are ruled by the heart. So when you're in love, it doesn't matter what you're facing in life, you know. So for those of you who are single listening, I do feel like there's just some sort of glimmer of hope when it comes to some kind of relationship. I mean, my cards don't lie, and I just see that there's certain relationships coming to completion. I mean, you have the south node in your seventh house of relationships. Aquarius is your seventh house of relationships. So just like Leo is the seventh house of Aquarius. So you're releasing certain things about your love life. You have been for the last 19 months. And there's just certain things from, like, this is past life love, whether it's an Aquarius or whether this just represents certain wishes you have when it comes to your relationships. But this star card, it means inspiration. It means hope, right? Keeping faith in a situation. And we have a lot of water pouring out here. So there's definitely water in the situation. Whether it's the water bearer, whether it's an Aquarius, or whether it's any sign, I just feel like, you know, by the end of the month, you're getting more hopeful about your destiny. We have this star here, like this big yellow star. So definitely certain wishes that are being granted. This is a healing energy as well. So any emotional burdens that you had, whether it be linked to a person, place, or thing, I feel like the star card is here for many reasons, but one of those reasons being that you're going to heal from certain emotional burdens. You're going to heal from certain traumatic endings and things that potentially drained you emotionally, right? And this is definitely some sort of relationship. For some of you, you're rejoining with an Aquarius from the past. Others of you are just forming strong bonds, and it's like whoever this person is in September, they're a wish come true. Some of you guys are just wishing for love. You know, some of you are single, and I can't guarantee that love is going to enter all your guys' life because everyone has a different sun, moon, and rising. But when it comes to Leo energy, I feel that all of you guys are wishing for something within your relationship. Some of you guys are already coupled with somebody, and I feel like there's just something, some sort of wish come true that's happening for you, Leo, in September in regards to your emotional relationships with other people. Friendships, siblings, mothers and daughters, all relationships. I just feel like there is definitely something going on there, and it looks beautiful. It looks positive. There may be a significant Aquarius involved in it, or a water sign, or another fire sign. But either way, I think some of you guys had a certain wish for love, or maybe you guys were wishing to reconcile. Now, when you're the North Node, you are the direction the universe is flowing in. So you know, if this is aligned in your destiny, if this is meant to be, there's definitely some sort of wish coming true about an emotional bond with another person. Like I said, when Leo is literally meant to be in love, like you guys love everyone with your entire heart. You're very passionate about the love you have for friends and family and your significant others. There's a lot of healing coming in for the relationships of Leo in September. Where there were emotional burdens before, you kind of learn to accept that. You're accepting your own strength. You're accepting your own mindset and your own destiny. And the sooner you do that, the sooner you're going to align yourself with these connections, with the right people, places, and things. Okay, but I see straight up a wish coming true, and the fact that Leo and Aquarius are right here, opposite of each other, like they are in the universe. And then we have the World card here. And it's really interesting the World card would show up because it just so happens that Aquarius and Leo are on this card as well. There's Aquarius and here's Leo, right opposite. And then we have Taurus and we have Scorpio. So these are all the fixed signs of our universe. Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius are the fixed signs. So you guys are on the World card, and you guys are on the Wheel of Fortune card too. So it's really interesting that this would come up because I feel like this has to do with destiny. So for some of you who aren't dealing with an Aquarius, you're just dealing with the South Node and the North Node. Like that is really powerful in September for some reason. I think it's because we're coming down to the last months of these North and South Node lessons, and then you guys are going to be freed. You're gonna be dealing with the Cancer North Node and the Capricorn South Node, and I'm telling you, you're going to feel an energy shift when the nodes kind of, you know, you're not going to be so involved in the collective destiny of the world. Aquarius and Leo, it's like your lives don't belong to you entirely when you're kind of embodying the karmic directions of the entire universe. So that's pretty intense stuff. We have Leo and Aquarius directly opposite of each other, and we have you guys, it's definitely kitty corner. Like it's definitely an opposition, and it's shown the same way on this World card. So I know this happened for a reason, and I think there's just certain completions, because when we look at the World card, it's talking about something that's karmic. This is the energy of Saturn, okay? And Saturn has gone direct, so maybe that has something to do with why September is so important for Leo and Aquarius, because karma is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the lord of karma, but karma is also affected by the North and South Node. So now that Saturn has went direct, there are certain things that the Aquarius and Leo are able to do, because you guys are kind of karmically involved with the speed of our universe. So Saturn retrograde really impacted. It was retrograde for 4 months. In September, it goes back direct, and that's why Saturn is showing up, not only because Aquarius and Leo are on this card, but also because you're able to move forward and take action and kind of not feel so restricted. I think some of you guys felt restricted emotionally, and maybe you even felt certain restrictions in your relationships, since Leo and Aquarius represent each other's relationships. So you guys are showing up, and it's going to be interesting when I do the Aquarius reading. Maybe Leo will show up. And another thing I'm noticing is how these women are both naked. So there's definitely some vulnerability going on here whenever I see a woman who's naked in the tarot right next to each other. This is you kind of being in the center of this whole world, Leo. This is like healing being poured into your world. And this is a completion. This is a celebration. So you need to celebrate the end to certain cycles, because these cycles are determining your movement forward through destiny. Okay, this is definitely about healing your destiny, healing your fates, and your world is becoming hopeful again, right? It's like this star is being followed, kind of. Now there are certain vulnerabilities being brought up here. You know, when there's such intense energy going on, we can definitely feel a bit vulnerable. So you may feel a little bit vulnerable during some of these completions and new beginnings, but this is absolutely karmic. It's absolutely meant to be. Certain things that are ending and beginning in September, it's meant to be. And this looks like restored hope or some sort of renewal when it comes to faith. And this is literally like we have strength in the World card right on top of each other. So this is talking about the world of Leo. You know, you being strong enough to complete certain cycles, which you've already done. You know, you are you are a part of the 4 fixed corners of our universe. So you bring stability, passion, stable passion into our world. You bring strength, and you know, the strength that it takes to follow your heart, the strength that it takes to be authentic. These are the things that Leo represents, and this is what you need to kind of embody to further accept your own destiny, to accept these beginnings and these new beginnings, no matter how hard it is emotionally on you, no matter how big of a burden this is to end and begin. There's just certain directions that Leo is being pushed in September, along with their opposite sign Aquarius. So this is definitely you having the strength to, you know, understand that this is coming full circle, especially around the Aries full moon at the end of the month. This is very, very karmic. This is Saturn, okay? So the fact that this is a reminder to you, Leo, that this is definitely a cycle. And this card comes up for celebration. So there's something here that you need to celebrate. Maybe there's some sort of positive news that comes in towards the end of the month, because the end of the month looks quite different than the beginning of the month, even though this looks like a good month for the whole thing, honestly. And so now we have the Ace of Cups right underneath the Two of Cups. So guys, for some of you, this absolutely means some sort of new love. And this is a new love that is featured at the beginning of the month, but even at the end of the month. At the end of the month, this is an absolute new beginning, the Ace of Cups. So somebody is offering Leo a cup this month. This could be Leo offering someone else a cup too. Like before, I feel like this is symbolic for your cup kind of being drained and empty. Like, who is the King of Cups if his cup is dry? The King of Cups always has some sort of emotion to offer someone. But there could have been certain burdens for a significant amount of time for you, Leo, to where you were kind of your attention was elsewhere, right? You had so much draining you that you really didn't have it in you to share your emotion with a certain person. But as you step back into your strength, because of certain burdens that are coming to the end, you step back into your strength, and there's strength and emotion that you're able to share with another person, and it's very beautiful. Now, the Two of Cups sometimes can symbolize a decision. So some of you may have to choose between 2 options this month. It could be maybe I don't know if someone's choosing between you and another person, or if there's just a major decision coming up at the first couple weeks of September that someone has to make in regards to, it could definitely be between you and a job, like a relationship you have and a job. Like, do I continue doing, like, whatever this is, I feel like it's a decision that it has to do with a relationship, or it just might be a decision that might affect your relationships. But for some of you, it could definitely be a decision between 2 different people. We don't have the 3 of Cups here or anything, but I'm just saying for some of you, the Two of Cups is like whenever you have the 2 of Pentacles or the 2 of Wands, it's usually a decision. But the Two of Cups is kind of an exception. So that might work for some, it might resonate for some of you, but for others of you, this is just a very, very powerful relationship coming in. If it's not a relationship that you physically see in September, then it's something you can feel with a person, perhaps at a distance, but it's something you wished for. Like, this is certain emotional strength that you wished for, and this emotional strength can be intertwined in another person's cup, if that makes sense. There's a person that's coming in that could restore your emotional, and basically your faith in love is returning, Leo. And this Two of Cups and this Ace of Cups are right underneath each other. So I feel like this is either a brand new love coming in, like the end of this cup, the first 2 weeks of September ends with love. Like, no matter what, it ends with love, because we have the Ace of Cups at the very end of the month, and this is definitely that Aries full moon energy. So keep in mind that there could be certain things happening emotionally around the Aries full moon on September 24th. So just pay attention to those completions going on, because there's certain completions happening, and they're not hard completions. They're not bad completions. This is new beginnings. Things have to end in order to begin. So, you know, the Ace of Cups can also be talking about healing. We have 2 cards here that definitely talk about the flow of healing. Like, it could be possible that Aquarius universally is kind of pouring water into Leo this month, trying to heal them, trying to inspire them, and redeliver some hope that was lost over the past few months. Okay, but there's some sort of flow here that's being poured out. You could just be pouring your emotions out to someone all of a sudden. This could be such a wish come true, and I want you to know that your world is being surrounded by healing energies. With this Aquarius energy and with this Ace of Cups, there's water being poured from both ends of the spectrum, just like Aquarius. This is your past being healed. This is your present and your future being healed. Healing taking place between your past and your present, or the past and the future, I mean, and everything in between, just kind of coming full circle. So Leo, this is a very, very interesting reading, and I'm going to take a look here to see if there's just anything else popping up. I just know that there's just certain things with Leo completing this month, and it's very infinite. There's an infinite energy here that I'm feeling, and it's kind of interesting that we have the 2 wands here in this woman's hand, and then we have, and they're both naked, right? And then we have the 2 vases that this woman is pouring from. So I think this is something that you're manifesting. This is very magical, and it's very love related. So it's really going to be interesting to see how this kind of impacts all of you in a different way. So as far as how you enter September, I know that there could be certain weight, certain heaviness, especially surrounding water energy, which is either your own emotion or the water of someone else's emotion. You could definitely be, this is emotional baggage is what this is. Certain things that we're carrying around from the past that are kind of hindering our future, right? So you head into September like that, but as I said, you know, it takes a strong individual to go through something like that, to go through all the different things that Leo is going through just by being the North Node. You know, this is all about destiny. There's certain burdens that you had to carry, so please don't beat yourself up about the different burdens that you've had to carry. You know, this is getting the job done. This doesn't only mean burdens. This means hard work. You know what I mean? This is also a harvesting energy. So it's interesting we have the fall harvest this month too. You could just be kind of gathering up all your hard work, you know, because you're very, very close to reaping the reward of all this hard work. This is speaking to Saturn as well. Saturn is direct, and he's here to repay anyone who has put in the hard dedication and labor. And I see that you guys have all put in hard work and labor in different aspects of your life. You're completely surrounded by water and emotion. And for you, Leo, there's certain cycles to this, you know. I mean, you and Aquarius are on this card, so this definitely has to do with the North and the South Node. And I feel like there's definitely someone in September that Leo is kind of intertwining with. So pay attention to the relationships, even if it's long distance. You don't have to be in person with someone to connect with them emotionally. So pay attention to the new emotional connections coming into your life in September, even if they're coming back from the past. Like, you're going to be able to feel this kind of energy inside, very spiritually. I feel a strong connection here with the Strength card and the 2 of Cups, especially because we have those 2 lions. We had a tiger show up here. We have 3 different, well, if you count the lion on this picture, so we've got 1 lion there. So this is having the strength to complete certain things, having the strength, karmic strength. We've got a lion here, which symbolizes the courage and the bravery. We have a lion here that's talking about some sort of relationship, strong bonds, and then we have the tiger here. So there's like at least 4 different indications of your Leo energy in this reading. So I know this is very much for you, and I feel like a lot of this is centered around acceptance and showing appreciation. Like, you could be showing appreciation to a person who was by your side during really hard times. You could be showing appreciation to people who accepted you at your lowest points in life. People who actually came to help you out during these burdens, who've seen you struggling. And, you know, Leo, there are certain people who give Leo strength in life. It could be your mom or just certain special people. It could be a Sunday school teacher. All of you have different people who make you stronger. You know, a lot of people think Leo gets their strength on their own. So it may be useful for you guys to kind of decide and define where it is that your strength comes from this month. Because those are going to point you to the right direction of who deserves your love and affection this month. Because I think that's what this 2 of Cups is talking about. Certain relationships that are coming in, they're very strong, unbreakable bonds. And it's interesting that we have these 2 cups here. These 2 wands, And then we have these, it's like those two cups are the cups that are getting poured out here. So maybe there's two people who are pouring out their emotions, their true feelings to one another in the name of true love, because there's definitely new love. Like I said, either way, it ends in love. And there's definitely some vulnerability here that's going to be brought up, but that takes bravery. To be your true emotional self, to express your true feelings, especially towards the end of the month where you're going through a third house transit, which is all about communication. That could be why Mercury is here as well, because Libra is all about your mind, your communication, your thoughts. So there's certain things that you're kind of gearing up to accept right now, Leo, so that when we go into October, you're standing strong before we get into your fourth house of Scorpio, okay? So lots of healing. You're being healed. Everything that the weight of everything you've carried, Leo, is going to be replaced by hope and inspiration. You're no longer going to be carrying around stress and burdens. You're going to be carrying around hope and healing, in faith, restored faith in certain situations, especially when it comes to the direction you're moving in life. Any wishes that you have are going to be fulfilled by the end of the month. You're going to be seeing physical proof of that. And it may manifest in a way of certain cycles that seemed unending, finally ending by the end of September. You know, this is a success for Leo. This is karmic for Leo. There's just certain karma involved here as well. So keep that in mind, what I was talking about with the North and the South Node. You guys might want to do some research on that, because there's some energies that are intertwining. This is like two different energies becoming one, whether this is happening universally, but I do see that this is manifesting in the way of a relationship for some of you. Now, with the Ace of Cups here in the world, there could be certain completions and new beginnings in love by the end. This might be Aries new moon, Aries full moon inspired. The full moon is all about new beginnings and completions, and since it's in a fire sign, it's going to be very passionate. I'm telling you, the full moon in Aries is going to be a game changer. So this is like cycles of love for you, Leo. Certain things going to the next level. Okay, so if you're already with somebody, this could be a restored connection. This is definitely something that's karmic. What I mean by that is that it's destined to happen. So be very, very aware of the new people, or any love that comes into your life around September is absolutely meant to be. There's a cycle that you've completed when it comes to emotions, and when it comes to, you know, your destiny and your world of love. This is your world being surrounded by healing energies and emotion. And I feel like during these cycles of completions, this is somebody, the universe offering you some sort of cup energy. And I did feel a soulmate energy while I was shuffling for you. So there could definitely be some sort of person, like a high school sweetheart, or someone who you dated in high school, some sort of childhood crush or something like that. Just someone who you've known in past lifetimes, and you're going to be able to feel that. I can't really confirm that for each and every one of you, but you yourself are going to be able to identify energies like this, because it's the world and the Ace of Cups and the star. So I feel like love is about to enter the world of Leo. Either way, the two of cups and the Ace of Cups, love. Some of you, it's a reconciliation, because there was a cycle that needed to complete. Now that it has, people are coming back. There's opportunities that are able to happen. This all has to do with acceptance, though. So whatever ends and begins for you in September, Leo, please maintain this form of acceptance. Remember, ask the angels for your strength, right? There's certain things we have to tolerate, which I believe was this energy. So this looks like a really positive reading. And the bottom of the deck, remember, is the Seven of Wands. So there is going to be, this is where acceptance is coming in. You know, you're going to have to accept certain things. And this is about the strength it takes to stand up for yourself. Because the Seven of Wands is a very defensive energy, you know. So for some reason, when it comes to these burdens, you have to stand up. You might have to there were times when you weren't able to be emotionally honest. It's interesting how water and wands are going together, because we had water and wands here too. So I think this message has a lot to do with the underlying energy, you know, standing up for yourself emotionally and passionately, and you know, not letting anyone knock you down off your throne, quite literally. You are the kings and the queens of the zodiac. So make sure you're defending your castle, you're defending your turf. Stay grounded, Leo, and don't back down from anybody. And I don't think you are, because you ultimately have victory on your side. So please keep in mind that the underlying energy, no matter what, is fire. And this is your element, okay? We have the 3 of Wands, we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the 6 of Wands. So we literally have a synchronicity here. Sorry, wrong card. We have the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. And these cards go right together. So the underlying energy was the 7 of Wands, and so you're standing up for certain victories this month. We have the 7 here. Right behind you is the 6 of Wands. So there was something that you came into September feeling victorious about. That might be why you have all these wands. Because let's see. I mean, there's more than 10 wands here. Okay, but these are all the wands that you're carrying in with you in September. But the tarot is showing me it in a different way. So these 10 wands are the wands that their passion from months prior, months before. And here's all these wands. So this is certain burdens of decisions that you had to make, certain burdens you had to carry with you for standing up for yourself as the North Node, standing up for yourself as a king, as a queen, certain arguments and fights. You had to stand up to be victorious, Leo. I mean, this makes perfect sense. In order to win, you have to fight. Losers lose. So it sucks to suck, but this is not you this month sucking at all. Like, this is you really going down as a hero in the Hall of Fame because of certain decisions that you were able to make. And now you are definitely not regretting that because you're stepping into your own victory. Seriously, Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. There was a lot of conflict with you as a fire sign. It could have to do, look at this, dude. We have the King and the Queen of Wands right here next to each other with the 10 of Cups underneath them. So this is definitely a relationship. Either way, you're definitely showing up. Could have to do with the Sagittarius because we have the Sagittarius card here, Temperance. So I don't know if there's a fire sign in your life that you're joining with, but either way, this is the yin to your yang. Like, these two people, they own a castle together. This is the Queen of Fire and the King of Fire. So whenever we see two suits like this, like the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, this is tarot trying to show you that this is a divine match made in heaven. I mean, you even have the 2 of Cups here and the Ace of Cups. Now you have the 10 of Cups. So it's like staying patient. Maybe you stayed patient and, you tried some new things. Maybe you were trying new things, but you stayed patient for this happy home environment. This is an ultimate alignment with family and partners and rainbows and sun. This is one of the happiest cards that you can get, and I think you stayed patient for that. You stayed patient for your fire to be matched by another person. I mean, this is the 2 of Cups reiterated. Whether you're sharing fire with another person, what the 2 of Cups means is that whatever you're giving, you're getting in return. This is so balanced and so beautiful, Leo. New love. In the bottom of the deck, there's just new things coming. I did want to show you this 5 of Wands. Like, this is the battles that you've been through, Leo. This is the fire in you being spreading like wildfire. Like, there's been arguments, there's been fighting, there's been things going on, but there's a new financial opportunity here that probably is contributing to this reading on the table. Like, maybe there's a new home environment happening for some of you, or just some sort of new financial endeavor. It's real. You can feel it. You can see it. Your reality is different now. You made a decision. You waited. This is another patient energy where you were waiting for your ships to come in. You had to stand up and fight for this, though. Either way, Leo went into September in a victorious way. You're carrying a lot of wands, but it's because, because you fought for them. You fought passionately for your spot on the throne, and you're victorious. I think you have evidence of this victory as well, because the 6 of Wands definitely talks about being acknowledged for your accomplishments. This is a celebration. So we have, look at these reefs. You see how there's 2 reefs in this picture? So there's a celebration going on for Leo this month. Like, hip hip hooray, let's all party with Leo, because they're celebrating their wins and forgetting their losses. Like, what losses? I'm winning now. Like, what? You know what I mean? So you stood up for yourself, you fought for this, and you're victorious. So make sure that you don't lose your spot, because just like Tupac said, once you get to the top, all you can do is fall. So just be very, very careful to defend your throne. But either way, Leo, this is a great celebration for you. You are so strong for carrying this into the month of September, and you absolutely deserve the love that is coming in for you. September, like by October, I wouldn't be surprised to see every Leo just goo goo golly gogged eyed about someone or something, because my cards are predicting a love union for Leo. So you can comment below and let me know how that resonates with you. But either way, this could be self-love for some of you, but I'm telling you, there's just going to be something that opens up the flow of emotion. There's no way around it, because your world is surrounded by water right now. Whether it's water signs or just people you're emotionally connected with. The King of Cups is completely surrounded by water, and he's not ashamed of it. He's not ashamed of what he carries around emotionally, because he doesn't see them as burdens. He sees them as accomplishments. So maybe you're seeing your burdens as accomplishments right now, Leo. Maybe you're proud to carry those 10 wands around. Maybe you're strong enough, especially if you're doing it for a person that really matters to you, especially if this is inspiring you, especially if you're celebrating this and if it's new love. Yes, 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 more yes, yes. You're learning to accept things, and there's certain things that now that you've won, make sure you show appreciation to yourself, Leo, by doing certain things. Make sure you show appreciation to your family and to anyone who helps you get to where you are. Never forget where you came from, Leo. And you're beginning to really value your life in September. There are people showing you appreciation. There are people you're showing appreciation to. But either way, I see a very happy energy here. And it all has to do with acceptance. Accepting the fact that you had to stand up for yourself. Accepting victory, which should not be hard. Accepting these burdens as accomplishments and something that's not holding you back. Something that made you stronger. It's strengthened you. And I feel like without these burdens, you wouldn't have the love that you have. For some reason, these burdens aligned you with this person. So remember that. Whenever you're feeling kind of down, whenever you're feeling like something's burdening you, just remember, this is actually healing me. This person, place, or thing is healing me, and they play a direct role in my world. Excuse me, I was losing my voice there for a minute. So I just see certain completions happening, but they're beautiful completions, Leo. They really, really are. They're love completions. Some of you are just moving up. There's something in your relationship to where you're able to connect more with those you love. And it's a celebration. It's a beautiful reading. And I'm so happy you're learning to accept these connections. There's certain things you're learning to accept about your own strength and your own emotions. And you're accepting these healing energies into your life. Hell, you're probably even accepting vulnerabilities. Some of you are accepting your naked bodies in the mirror. Okay? And you're doing what it takes to heal yourself and to complete certain karmic cycles so that you can start something new. We start with a completion, we end with a beginning. And either way, it ends in love. So happy to say that to Leo this month. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I would love feedback this month, especially for such a powerful, beautiful reading. I would love to know how this relates to all of you. So comment any questions you may have, or comments, anything like that. And I will talk to you guys on the new moon in Virgo. And if I don't see you guys there, I will talk to you in October next month. Bye.